your cheerleader of dreams. Well, I'm here on my balcony just self-isolating. I just wanted to bring you a quick video to give you some encouragement because I believe this could be vital. This is bonus time for you. So I want to share with you what successful people do during isolation. You know, I was reading a story about a guy who, when he got out of the army, he wanted to have his own restaurant. Well, he did. He and his brothers became partners and they opened their first restaurant and it was doing amazing. Well, 3 years after the restaurant opened, his two brothers were killed in a tragic plane crash. Well, he was devastated, but of course he went on with his life, and a year later he actually opened a second restaurant. Well, right after that, he heard there was a fire at the second restaurant and it completely destroyed the whole operation, and he practically had no insurance. So he's devastated. Well, to go, make matters worse, instead of going to work on the restaurant, he discovers he has polyps on his colon and he had to go to the hospital and have surgery. One surgery led to another surgery. He's out of commission for months. What does a successful person do when they're trapped in a hospital for months and they can't even work on their dream? Well, this is what they do. This guy spent time with the Lord. He began journaling his ideas, writing down everything he could think of, and he started thinking, what would happen if I took a chicken breast, seasoned it just right, put a bun with it and the right condiments, and that became the Chick-fil-a sandwich, one of the largest franchises in the world. Well, that's what successful people do. There's great insight in isolation. This is where you get time to think, to dream, to imagine, to journal your ideas. In fact, I follow people like Sylvester Stallone on Instagram. I was watching him the other day, and he's sitting at his desk with a legal pad and a pen, and he's writing. And all of a sudden, his wife comes in with the camera, and she says, "What are you doing?" And he says, "Well, I'm adapting a screenplay." And he starts saying, this is the most aggravating, frustrating thing, but it's worth it. And he's writing. And then he said to her, "Are you going to help me?" And she said no. And he said, "Well, then go on. I got work to do." And he went back to writing. What are they doing? Instead of just watching a rectangle in a room, watching TV for hours and hours and hours, he's going to make a few more $1 million because he's utilizing this as bonus time. This is his time to utilize the moments we have. Same with Justin Bieber. I saw him on Instagram. He's in the studio and he's writing and he's singing and seizing the moment. In fact, I remember years ago when I was going through the worst season in my life, and I was asked by my boss to work from home. I was already lonely, miserable, confused, discouraged, and here I'm being asked to work from home, basically to self-isolate. I seriously thought that was the worst directive I could have ever been given. But do you know, that was the most pivotal moment of my entire life. That's where I got a journal and a pen, and I just sat there with the Lord and I got honest with myself. Why am I so messed up? What do I want my life to be? How do I want to be a role model for my daughter? How do I make changes in my life? What do I see myself doing a year from now, 5 years from now? That's where I began doing what I'm doing today. Just sitting there and thinking and dreaming and imagining. I was reading where Fergie, the lead singer of the Black Eyed Peas, she was in an interview with Oprah Winfrey, and she was talking about how she got free from her addiction to crystal meth. Well, listen to this. As simple as it seems, she had a journal and a pen as part of her therapy for recovery. She described the experience as how she began to figure herself out. She got crystal clear on dreaming about her future. She got honest with herself as she wrote page after page inside the pages of a book. Things like, she wanted to have a #1 song. She wanted to win a Grammy. She wanted to overcome feelings of guilt and unworthiness. She learned to quiet herself, believe in herself, and get in touch with her true desires. And you know what? She went on and lived those dreams, right? So I just want to tell you right now, this is your moment to do what the most successful people in the world do. They grab a journal and a pen and they use this time. Clarity comes from questions. Start asking yourself questions. And if you're not sure what to ask, I mentioned this on our podcast this week. This is the first time ever I'm giving away my book, Dream It, Pin It, Live It, How to Make Vision Boards Work for You. I want you to get the free ebook. that we're offering this week because I show you how to start dreaming again, how to start journaling your time and finding out what do you want to do with your life. Because God has given you a dream, a purpose, a vision, but you'll never discover it if you're always busy. What if God is saying to you, you know what? I'm silencing things on purpose so you can hear from me. Jeremiah 30 verse 2 says, write all the words I've spoken to you in a book. So I want you to get your free ebook. I want you to get your free ebook this week. Just click the link in the description. We're giving them away absolutely free. We've never done that before, but we just believe generosity is what sets you up to be blessed. So get your free ebook. How to make a vision board, how to get quiet, how to seize this moment of isolation. I'm telling you, this is going to turn out to be the most pivotal moment of your life. So get your free ebook, and remember, I'm cheering you on to live your dreams. And you know what? I have an audience right here I thought you might want to see because they're just waiting for me to finish. Hello. Hi, Rue. Hey, YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by clicking the button below. And for more inspirational content, click one of the 2 videos right here. And don't forget, I'm cheering you on to live your dreams.